I got arrested at 12 years old, and I didn't get out until I was 27. So I was a lifer. I had 4 life sentences.
Do you mind me asking why you went to prison at 12?
Yes. I went into the to the prison because I.
What's your name?
My name is Sal.
Sal? I'm
Yes.
Bennett. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You seem like a very meaningful man, so tell
Thank
me
you.
the most meaningful moment of your life.
Can I be honest? Can I be honest?
Yeah, as honest
May I
as
be
you want.
honest? As
Yes.
always, you always gotta be honest, right?
Mhm.
Was the day I picked up a book that I did not know was a college book called Psychology 101, because this book opened my mind, and it just made me want to learn more about education. Mm, to learn a little more, right? But it changed my life because um, I went into I got arrested at 12 years old, and I didn't get out until I was 27. So I was a lifer. I had 4 life sentences. I got resentenced. I took a 21-year deal. I did 15 years in total from the time I was 12 to the time I was 27. I've been out since 2023 in June. So it's a little over 3 years now. And as soon as I got out of prison, I got into LA City College. I graduated 3 months later, and then I ended up here at UCLA, and I've been here since. And I just graduated.
Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Could I ask you, uh, going to jail at 12, being in there for 15 years, you know, what did it feel like to come back and be where you are today? I mean, it's so meaningful, but what does that moment feel like?
Um, it feels like it felt unrealistic at first, right? Because I went in as a kid, so I really didn't have experience in life. And I grew up on a reservation too. I'm from Navajo Nation, and so I back and forth from my reservation to the Mojave Desert, where I moved at a young age too. I just feel like, I was institutionalized. My mind, everything, and then just being inside, it wasn't the best. Um, but I can say that this book, that Psychology 101 I picked up, it changed my whole perspective in life, and my thinking, and my way of like my all my goals and my plans changed. So all this opened the doors to everything, which also gave me the courage to change, the courage to want to educate myself. But again, the feeling of paroling at 27 was so, like, I didn't know how to feel um, until when I paroled. I got out, and I wasn't able to, like, show my emotions until I got on the phone and called my sister, and told her, hey, I'm out. And that's when I just broke down with joy, but with happiness, and the tears were of joy, and it just felt so amazing.
It's amazing, man.
Yes.
I'm so honored that I even get to meet you. What an incredible
Thank you.
story. And I think it's so interesting that your moment was picking up the book, not necessarily getting released. And like, it was really the book. I don't want to take any more of your time. I know
No,
you
yeah,
said
you're
how to
fine.
go, but one last question. There's a statistic that's 60% of young adults say they have little to no meaning or purpose in their life. What would you say to maybe your child, or a younger sibling that feels like or just a young person that feels like they have no purpose, especially in relation to maybe someone that might be watching this in prison or had been to prison, and where you
Right.
are now?
Um, I would say from my own experience, I would say, just kind of look within yourself, because life really happens inside of you. It happens within yourself, and just having you know, man, what would I say? It's kind of hard because I can only speak from my experience of
Yeah.
life, right? Because I grew up on a reservation. Well, traditions, right? They teach us about beauty, and beauty for us is like beauty in everything: the way you see life, the way you speak, the way you conduct yourself, the way, even in prayer, everything in beauty has to do with life, with nature, with elements, right? So I think it's just reconnecting to nature, reconnecting to the natural things of the earth, right? Because all the materialistics really bring no joy. I mean, it brings more problems, more more, like, for example, bills, and all these things that we have to be responsible as adults or as young adults or whatever it may be. But I think it's just reconnecting to the land, to the natural things that were given to us for free as a gift, right? As a blessing, because we are part of it, and you can connect with it just hugging a tree, just being near a tree, looking out in the ocean, and just kind of, you don't have to think, just sit there, and just
So beautiful.
yeah, and clear your mind. Is beauty. Like,
do you mind me asking why you went to prison at 12?
yes, I went into the to the prison because I took somebody's life, and
At 12 years old?
At 12 years old, yes, and yeah, thank you. It was I can't say it was you know it was more of a situation of fight or flight.
Yeah, man, hey, you don't gotta explain
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, of course.
I know, but I'm just saying,
the-
being that young, man, I
yes.
feel for you, man.
Yeah. Sometimes we just don't know, like, the decisions we make at a young age, right? And it was just out of fear that you react. And unfortunately, I did take somebody's life, which caused me life sentence to in all doing 15 years. But today, I am remorseful. I ashamed for what I've done, and I've healed from it. And today is so I give back to community. I do my best to live a life of gratitude, kindness, and service. So also to reach out to the community, to the youth, right, and to make better decisions, and to kind of like share my story too, and hopefully they can get something out of it, that they can change their life and can see the beauty of life, instead of, because I was also suicidal at one time, as a kid, and being in the juvenile hall system alone, I was I was going through so much. I even lost my mom in 2015. She had breast cancer. My mom passed away. She was 46
Sorry.
years old. Yeah. So I didn't have that opportunity to be there, to see my mom or anything. So I lost her at a young age, and I lost her way before, being incarcerated, and it's sad. So all the youth and everybody who has a parent, embrace them, love them, because it's it's beautiful to have a parent, because again, losing my mom was heartbreaking, and then I never met my real father, but luckily I had my stepfather who raised me. So for me, that's my father, because he taught me many good things, and but I could just say, just if you ever feel lost, or you need some kind of hope or anything, just look out in the morning when sunrise happens. You'll see the beauty of it, right? Just the joy of that warmth of the sun, or sunset. Anything that has to do with nature reconnects you back to yourself, to the land, but also to life. Because that is life. A lot of times we lose ourselves because of technology, and that's bad. So we lose our reality. Reality is in the trees, and just watching a squirrel. That's beautiful to me. But again, my experiences had led me to embrace life more too, because of the I was in many places that were just confined, so I really didn't have that. But now that I'm out, it's I embrace every moment. I always connect back to nature, and then tradition and culture, but also sorry.
So no, don't worry.
Yeah.
You interrupt me as many times as you want,
yeah.
man. You're so wise, and I just
you.
appreciate you sitting with me. And I won't take any more of your time. But what you said, I've sat here with hundreds of people now, and I've got a database of moments, and I found 27 common themes that show up that drive meaning in humans' lives. One of them that is really common is nature. Another one is kindness, service, and gratitude. What I realized in all these themes is that they're actually values, and values drive meaning in our life. And to live a meaningful life, you need to choose values that feel unique and authentic to you and pursue them. And you have done exactly that with your life. I mean, it's incredible. You're living by values that drive meaning in your life, and you live such an incredible life. I'm so honored to meet you and to hear your story, and you're going to make such an impact on the community and the children that you're speaking with and talking to, and you've already made an impact on me. So
thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
I was actually glad that I stopped by, because I seen the sign. I'm like, man, there's so many things that you can actually. It's more so about doing than saying, right? Because you can say it, but it's what you do too with life, and how you apply what you say into your life, and doing the actions, with connecting. So that's also important.
Yeah, completely. What's your name?
My name is Sal.
Sal?
Yes.
Bennett.